The atmosphere inside the auditorium feels unusually tense as the contestant walks onto the stage. The lights are bright, but the energy is quiet, almost cautious. This is the kind of silence that only exists before something unknown happens. The judges sit comfortably in their chairs, relaxed, with polite half-smiles. They've seen thousands of auditions, heard countless voices, and learned not to expect too much too soon. To them, this is just another hopeful performer stepping into the spotlight. The contestant introduces themselves briefly, their voice calm but carrying a hint of nervousness. There's nothing flashy, no dramatic story yet, no bold claims. Simon Cowell nods, arms crossed, while the other judges glance at their notes. The audience listens respectfully, but no one is leaning forward just yet. The mood suggests a standard audition, something pleasant but forgettable. Then the music begins. For a split second, everything seems normal. The contestant takes a breath, closes their eyes, and opens their mouth. And suddenly, the first note fills the room. It's not loud, it's not forced, it's perfect. The sound hits instantly, clean and powerful, carrying an emotional weight that no one expected. The audience gasps, not loudly, but enough to feel it ripple through the room. Simon's head snaps up, his expression changing in real time. His eyebrows rise, and his body shifts forward. This isn't curiosity anymore, it's shock. The camera cuts to the judges. One of them freezes, mouth slightly open. Another leans toward the desk, eyes wide. In just a few seconds, the entire dynamic of the audition has changed. The contestant hasn't even reached the chorus, yet the room already feels different, charged, electric, alive. What makes this moment unforgettable isn't just the quality of the voice, but the control. The note is steady, confident, and emotionally rich. It sounds like something you'd hear in a sold-out concert hall, not an audition stage. The audience, sensing something special, goes completely silent. No whispers, no movement. Everyone is listening. Simon uncrosses his arms slowly, a clear sign that he's paying full attention now. He doesn't smile, he doesn't speak, he simply listens. For him, that reaction says everything. This first note becomes the turning point, the moment when the audition stops being ordinary and starts becoming legendary. Before the contestant has even finished the opening line, it's already clear that this performance will be remembered. The judges don't know where the song is going yet, but they know one thing for certain: they did not expect this. And just like that, with a single note, the room is frozen in disbelief. As the performance moves beyond the opening lines, something extraordinary begins to unfold. The contestant doesn't slow down or play it safe. Instead, they grow more confident with every second. Their posture straightens, their breathing becomes controlled, and their voice begins to explore ranges that most singers would never dare to attempt on such a massive stage. The judges sense it immediately. This is no longer just a strong audition, this is a rare moment of true vocal mastery. Then comes the unexpected shift. Without warning, the contestant transitions into a completely different tone, higher, fuller, and emotionally deeper. The change is so smooth that it almost feels unreal. The audience reacts instantly, a wave of shocked murmurs spreading across the theater. One judge lifts a hand to their mouth, eyes wide, trying to process what they're hearing. Another judge shakes their head slowly, smiling in disbelief, as if silently saying, "This can't be real." Simon Cowell's reaction says it all. He leans forward, elbows on the desk, eyes locked on the stage. His expression is serious, focused, and stunned. This is the look he only gets when something truly special is happening. He's no longer judging, he's witnessing. The vocals continue to rise, hitting notes with effortless precision. There's no strain, no hesitation. Every note lands perfectly, filling the room with power and emotion. The contestant controls the audience without even trying. No one coughs, no one moves. The theater is completely silent, except for the voice dominating the space. Mid-performance, the audience can't hold back anymore. Applause breaks out, cutting through the song. It's spontaneous, emotional, and loud. This kind of reaction rarely happens before a performance ends, but the crowd simply can't contain themselves. The contestant remains focused, unfazed by the noise, and continues singing as if they were alone on the stage. The judges exchange quick glances. They don't speak, but the message is clear: we are witnessing something unforgettable. This is the moment when expectations are completely shattered. What began as a normal audition has transformed into a once-in-a-season performance. As the contestant approaches the climax of the song, the intensity builds even further. The vocals grow bolder, richer, and more emotional. Every word feels personal, every note feels intentional. The judges aren't just impressed, they're overwhelmed. This scene becomes the heart of the audition. It's the point where disbelief turns into admiration and shock turns into respect. The judges now know they're watching a performer who doesn't just sing, they command the stage. And in that moment, as the voice echoes through the hall, one thing becomes clear: this performance has already made history, even before the final note is sung. As the performance reaches its final stretch, the energy inside the theater is almost unbearable. The contestant stands completely still at center stage, every ounce of focus poured into the song. The judges sense that something big is coming. The audience leans forward in their seats, hearts racing, afraid to even blink. This is the kind of moment that only happens when a performance has fully captured the soul of the room. The music begins to slow. The contestant takes a deep breath, preparing for the final note. There is no rush, no panic, only confidence. When the last note finally emerges, it is powerful, emotional, and perfectly controlled. It rises, fills the auditorium, and seems to hang in the air long after it's been sung. Time feels frozen. The sound fades gently, leaving behind a silence so deep it feels sacred. For one brief second, no one moves. Then everything explodes. The audience erupts into thunderous applause, jumping to their feet in a massive standing ovation. Cheers echo from every corner of the theater. Some people scream, others clap above their heads, and a few are visibly emotional. The energy is overwhelming. This is not polite applause, this is raw, uncontrollable excitement. The judges rise from their seats almost instantly. One judge laughs in disbelief, shaking their head. Another claps fiercely, eyes shining with emotion. Simon Cowell stands too, his expression a mix of shock and admiration. He exhales slowly, still processing what just happened. When he finally speaks, he shakes his head and says, "I honestly didn't see that coming." The words feel genuine, not rehearsed. The contestant stands on stage, visibly overwhelmed. Their hands tremble slightly, and their eyes fill with tears. They try to smile, but the emotion is too strong. This is the moment they dreamed of, the moment every performer hopes for but few ever experience. The applause continues, louder and longer than usual, as if the audience refuses to let the moment end. When the judges finally sit down, their reactions are unanimous. They praise not only the voice, but the courage, control, and originality of the performance. One judge calls it one of the most shocking auditions of the season. Another says it's the kind of performance people will be talking about for years. This final scene seals the audition's place in history. It's no longer just a great performance, it's a defining moment. A clip that will be replayed, shared, and remembered across the world. As the contestant leaves the stage, the energy remains. The judges exchange glances, knowing they've just witnessed something rare. The audience keeps clapping, long after the lights fade. In that final note, a star wasn't just discovered, it was confirmed.